snakes. It's all in the legend. There's snakes all over Ireland, but not stone snakes. And he lit his fire in them, and he lit it early in the day, and when the snake worshippers came, it had been desecrated, and he rid Ireland of stone snakes. Yes.
There's proof coming out now from civil engineers and surveyors.
Yes, sir.
That these mounds up here in Ohio, they're laid out in the increments of the mound. That a lot of those circles are 528 feet in diameter, and then also the surveyor shade, the surveyor shade that we use today is showing up in the increments of all those mounds.
All the mounds. Now you know.
Our measurements based off the British measurements.
We have a hunch that their measurements were just as accurate as ours. Their days and their times and their clocks and the things they set up, very accurate, very accurate. They knew that this comet's coming back. I don't know if you saw the paper today or not, but somebody said, hey, you know, there's going to be a comet coming back here in, what is it, 2020, 29? He's been predicting 2015. Victor Klube is pretty close to that. It's a recurring thing. It says it could wipe out the continent. It gets a little scary. Hope we got that space telescope up there to see it far enough in advance and use some of those nuclear weapons that they stockpiled in Russia to divert it, because it's coming. And those ancients knew it. And the comet symbols, and the dragon of Britain is the comet, all over the old stones that we find. Mind-boggling. We don't ask you to believe this. We ask you to look at it. And yes.
What kind of writing did they find in
Charlestown, Indiana. That's the stone that you saw there that had Uther's name on it. And what he didn't tell you was at the very top of it, it shows you a picture of a boat, and it has a square box in the boat. Amazing. Had to go through a strait. Had to go through the falls of Ohio. It's 20-foot drop. Seven people.
You interpret the signs around the boat as two kids like being mutually together. And there's 7 dots with 7 people involved. In Wales, you've got a lot of duplicate words. You've got, more means to see, but more means multitude. And then you've got guid means a goose, but guid means cognition, recognition, presence. And you've also got many of these dual words. And we found that when we were looking further back, about 2000 BC in the east, these things came into play with sort of hieroglyphic signs, right? And therefore the word Dewey means two, but Dewey also means the ruler. So whenever you see two, you can often infer the ruler. And that picture actually reads around the boat. One went mutually together with the ruler to pass through mutually together. And there's a boat with a box in it. So whether it refers to this body in a box in a boat, I don't know. So that's what Jim is getting at, but that's what it actually says.
Yes.
So what we're saying here is, or what we're referring to is not only was King Arthur killed in America,
Yes.
but was his brother.
Yes, his brother.
Yes, Maddox buried here. Okay. Arthur's buried back there because they took him back.
Okay, they took him back, but in his succession, why would they take Maddox back? Because he would have been naturally successful.
He may have been dead ahead, but they took 2 of his sons back for success.
Yeah, there were other sons and there were other brothers of Arthur. He had a brother St. Paul, a brother Idnard who's murdered, a brother Frioch, who is Rioch in the life of Symphonian, going to marry the daughter of the king of the Picts. And so there were other people flying around who were in the picture. Also there were sons around. Gwaidnert is mighty in blood, Morgan and Ethael. So, there were other people in the frame as well. And Maddox was probably better off with a bigger country of his own. He had apparently one son named Flaki, means the glittering one, who was murdered. There seemed to be a lot of mayhem going on at the time over the throne. There's some confusion over whether Morgan and Ethael, who then ruled, are sons of Arthur, but other records clearly indicate they're sons of Maddox. And I'm inclined, the problem is a Welsh word, and they say ap, it means son of, but they also use it for successor to. So if a brother succeeds a brother on the throne, they say like Howell ap Rhys, but they're actually brothers. But Howell ap Rhys could be son of, you see. And it does cause some confusion, and it's taken a lot of weeding out, but it's highly likely that Morgan, which means begotten overseas, that's what the name means, is a son of Maddock.
Okay. Amazing. Wouldn't it be nice if Alan can get Arthur up and bring him to the Falls of the Ohio for a theme park? Fantastic. Yes, question back here.
Nothing's impossible.
Yes, we're doing DNA from a son to a father or a grandfather or a brother, or whichever we can get to. They're establishing parental responsibilities now in the courts from fathers to sons and assigning parentage. All we're doing is a 1,500-year-old paternity suit. And but once we've got that, there's going to be a lot of people throwing stones at us, and we're waiting to have it because they're going to say, oh, it can't be. If you saw the Louisville paper, the guy looked for 3 months and said, I really believe there was never a Maddock. He's a real man. We found him. We found him in '89, and we knew where he was. We just can't get to him.
Yeah, this Maddock is clearly, a very important man in the 6th century. Cousin to the king is the Bishop Tylo. He became an archbishop. And you get the life of Tylo written out. And one of the major events in the life of Tylo is a visit to his monastery by Maddock, who prays with him. The fact that they actually mention that Maddock is there means Maddock is a biggie. He's a big man. And you also get the charters of Lambeth Cathedral being signed by King Myrig, and alongside him, signing next, is Maddock. So Maddock is, again, a very important person. And every indication, and again, you don't get mentioned in the Welsh triads unless you're a leading prince or a king, and Maddock is splattered all over the triads. So he's a very important person indeed. He's no small fry. Okay?
Absolutely, but unfortunately that area is now underwater, or it's right up to the mounds. There were 5 or 6 mounds. We've got a description of the area. Would be neat because we think there would be DNA in those mounds also. The archaeologists that dug in there didn't want the bones, they wanted the trinkets. That's what goes in the museum. They threw everything away. Thank God one of them kept a jaw. That could be a problem because there were 11 people in that mound. If he caught the wrong jaw, probably a descendant, probably would match up, but it won't be a father-son relationship, which we're looking for. Back here.
Earlier you said one of the names meant colored or dark skin.
Yes, Lewd.
What was it?
Cluid. Cluhad.
Well, he's said to be a son of Maddock.
And could actually...
Jim Michael has the text of the poem and the translation, so if you get in touch with Jim, I think it's great on that one.
Could actually be Morgan, because he was conceived overseas. That's what Morgan means. So we're looking at somebody who was probably 10 years old, who was back with him, talking to King Arthur, saying, hey man, we ought to go over to this place. This place is no good here where we are. We can't plant anything. It's bad. So it says colored. It doesn't say black.
Black, they used the word negri.
Yeah, negri. So he's a dark one. Yeah. So could be half breed, you see, and we could have half breed on the throne of Britain for.
He's definitely identified as Knight, N-A-I, Arthur, nephew of Arthur.
Fantastic.
Probably 50%.
Okay. Any other? Yeah, one back here. We didn't ask you to believe us. Just, we want you to research it. Take a look at the stuff, and it's all there. It's all. Okay. That's fine. Yeah,